Welcome back to Flavors and Knowledge, the podcast where we dive deep into the art of cooking, the science behind ingredients, and the rich stories that make food so much more than just a meal. I'm your host, Lily Parker, speaking from Chef Walter's Cooking School in Rhode Island, USA, bringing you narrated, factual culinary education with honest food talk and a few opinions along the way. So let's explore the diverse world of flavors together. This episode is titled, The Mystery of Korean Cuisine. Once, long ago in the misty mountains of the Korean Peninsula, Buddhist monks carried their simple bowls into quiet temples carved from stone and cedar. It was in the 4th century, during the Three Kingdoms era, that Buddhism first took root, bringing with it a gentle vow, to live without causing harm. The monks listened to that vow carefully, and from it grew a way of cooking that would endure for more than 17 centuries. They called their food sachal eumsik, temple cuisine, and in every step of preparing, serving, and eating it, they practiced the art of mindfulness, turning the act of nourishment into a quiet form of meditation. In those early days, the monks followed the ancient precept against intentional killing. Meat and fish slowly vanished from their tables, replaced by whatever the mountains offered freely. By the time of the Goryeo Dynasty, records whisper of vegetarian dumplings stuffed with wild greens and kimchi made from foraged leaves. Through the Joseon era, even as Confucianism rose and temples faced hardship, the monks held fast to their craft. They learned to coax deep flavor from fermented soybean pastes, doenjang rich and earthy, ganjang salty and bright, while carefully avoiding anything that might disturb the stillness of the mind. The heart of this cuisine rests on a few sacred rules. No meat, no fish, no eggs, mostly no animal products at all, though a few gentle allowances for honey might slip in among the more lenient. Above all, the monks shunned the 5 pungent vegetables: garlic, onions, chives, green onions, and leeks. These, they believe, stir the senses too fiercely, awaken restless desires, and cloud the clarity needed for true contemplation. Instead, reverence guides every choice. Ingredients must come from the season and the surrounding hills: wild greens gathered at dawn, roots pulled with care, mushrooms that grow in the shade of ancient pines. Nothing is wasted. Peels become stalks, stems flavor broths, and every part of the plant is honored. Balance becomes the quiet art of the meal. Flavors seek harmony: earthy, salty, sour, sweet, bitter, and the deep umami that fermentation brings. Textures play together: something crisp, something chewy, something soft. Colors follow the traditional 5 directions: red from chilies or gochujang adapted without forbidden elements, green from fresh enamel, yellow from sesame, white from rice or tofu, black from seaweed or fermented soy. Spring brings bright, astringent notes. Summer offers cooling, slippery dishes. Autumn leans toward gentle sweetness. Winter warms with sour comfort. The monks cook gently, steaming to preserve life force, simmering to draw out essence, lightly sautéing so the ingredients retain their vitality. From this philosophy spring dishes that feel both humble and profound. A bowl of doenjang jjigae arrives steaming, its broth made from kelp and shiitake, carrying radish, tofu, and greens in quiet abundance. Hobek mandu, zucchini dumplings, might be steamed until tender or pan-fried to a golden edge, there filling a whisper of seasoned vegetables. Namul banchan appear as small jewels on the table: fernbrake glossy with sesame, balloon flower root crisp and nutty, aster leaves bright with perilla. Rice steamed in lotus leaves carries the faint perfume of the flower. On hot days, kongguksu arrives cold and refreshing, its nutty soybean broth poured over chewy noodles. Pine nut porridge warms winter mornings, and stuffed shiitake caps hold gentle potato fillings. Portions remain modest, inviting the eater to savor each bite with full attention, to feel gratitude for the chain of life that brought the food to the bowl. Many temples still open their doors to wanderers through Templest Day programs, where guests rise before dawn, help in the kitchen, and share meals in silence. Places like Hweomsa and Bonjunsa welcome visitors with these simple feasts. In Seoul, restaurants such as Balwoogongyang, with its Michelin recognition, and Sanchan in Insadong serve refined versions, their tables set with the same reverence. Chefs like Venerable Jiang Quan, whose quiet grace captured hearts on screens around the world, And masters like Siani Sunim continue to carry the tradition forward, blending ancient wisdom with a gentle nod to the present. Korean temple cuisine is more than recipes. It is a living thread in the larger tapestry of plant-based traditions. It echoes the nonviolence of Indian vegetarianism, the fasting rhythms of Ethiopian tables, the meditative restraint of Japanese shajin ryori. Through humble seasonal plants, it creates flavors that are profound yet never loud, meals that nourish the body while calming the mind. In a time when so much food shouts for attention, this gentle elegance stands as a reminder. True sustenance often arrives in the quietest forms, through respect for life, harmony with the seasons, and the simple act of eating with awareness. And in every modest bowl, there is an invitation to pause, to taste, and to remember the interconnectedness of all things. Thanks for listening, and for the privilege of your time. In conclusion, friends, we hope that this episode was to your satisfaction. Thanks for joining me on today's journey through flavors and knowledge. If you would like recipes associated with our podcasts, be sure to visit and subscribe to our newsletter for free. All the links will be in the show notes. Remember to taste thoughtfully, cook with passion, and keep exploring the endless world of food. Subscribe for more, share with a fellow food lover, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep your eyes on the fire and stay curious. The content for this episode is written by Chef Walter and produced by Simval Media, USA.